Good morning, student. Now today's topic is isometric projection, that is 3D projection method. Okay, it's a second topic of unit number 5 and the last topic of our syllabus. Okay, now in this topic what you will have to do, you will have to observe the 2D, that is orthographic projection of a particular object, and you will have to convert that 2D view of that object into 3D view of that object. That means isometric view of that object or isometric projection of that object. Okay, so first of all let's see a basic example of a cube where this is the orthographic view of a cube. Okay, now in case of orthographic view of a cube, okay, you will have to draw the front view, top view and side view. Okay, that means for understanding the complete object, that is a cube, you need to draw the three views. Okay, because in each view you can see two dimensions. Okay, that's why we called it as a two-dimensional orthographic projection. That, for example, in case of front view we can see only two dimensions, that is length and height. Okay, in case of top view you can see length along the x-axis, along horizontal, and width along vertical. Okay, now for observing the width and the height you will have to see the side view. Here I have drawn the left hand side view where you can see the width along the horizontal and height along the vertical. Okay, so for observing all the three dimensions you need to draw the three views. Okay, or you can say two views also, you can observe the three dimension. Why? Because in this case we are considering all the three axes, that is length, x-axis, height, y-axis and z, that is width axis. All the three axes are mutually perpendicular to each other in this case. For example, I have one cube over here, so observing this cube from front direction. Okay, so as we are keeping all the three axes mutually perpendicular to each other, that is x, y and z, these all three axes you will have to keep mutually perpendicular. So observing from top you can see length and height only. Okay, and width you cannot see because it is perpendicular to the direction of visualization, so you cannot see that from the front view. Okay, for observing the width you will have to draw the top view. Okay, now this is front view, I am rotating this one, and for observing from top you can see length and width. Okay, and the height is perpendicular to the direction of visualization, or the rays coming out from the that direction, so we cannot see the height also. And for observing the side view, if you are observing the side view you can visualize the width and height. Okay, the basic thing over here is you have to keep all the axes perpendicular to each other. Okay, this is the basic of orthography. Now again you have to draw this cube in isometric, but in this case what you have to do, you have to keep all the three axes, that is x, y and z, equally inclined to each other. X, y, z are equally inclined to each other. That means, now see how to change the orientation of the object. Now see, here we are keeping the object like that. Now while drawing the isometric you will have to rotate you will have to change the orientation of the object. Okay, like that. Now here observing from top, okay, you will have to rotate, change the orientation. That means all the three axes appears equally inclined. That means it is not actually equally inclined, but it appears equally inclined because we change the orientation of the object. Now see, here it is the height of the object, here it is the length of the object, and here it is the width of the object. Now as we are changing the orientation of the object, all the three axes are visible. Okay, all the three dimensions are visible in a single view. That's why we called it as isometric, that is three-dimensional projection method. Okay, now see, as it appears equally inclined to each other, that means total 360 degree of 360 degree, and we'll have to adjust the three axes x, y and z. Okay, that means each axis are at a angle of 120 degree with respect to the other two axes. Okay, this vertical axis obviously vertical, that is y, height of that particular object should be vertical, and from that vertical you have to take the x axis, okay, which is at 120 degree, and from this height you have to take the z axis, which is also at a angle of 120 degree, and this angle also 120 degree. So this is the difference between the orthographic and isometric projection method. Now you know the difference between the two-dimensional, that is orthographic, and three-dimensional, that is isometric. Now the basics of isometry. Okay, now see, in case of front view, we can see the length, that is x-axis and y-axis. So we'll have to plot this front view on this isometric axis. Okay, now in case of isometric, x, y, z, these three axes are equally inclined, that means at an angle of 120 degree with each other. Okay, so equally inclined. So these axes are called as isometric axis or iso-axis. Okay, so x, y and z, these are the iso-axis, and these axes are equally inclined to each other, and that means at 120 degree with respect to each other. Okay, now this iso-axis, okay, now you will have to plot the front view on iso-axis. That means you need to see which dimension you can see in front view. Okay, as all you know, in front view you can see the length and height, that means x and y. That means you will have to plot the front view in between x and y axis. So this is the direction of visualization of front view. Okay, so and these two iso-axes form the isometric plane. So this isometric plane is for front view. Okay, so you have to plot the front view. That means length you will have to plot over here, and height you will have to plot over here, and other two parallel lines you will get the front view. Okay, now coming to the top view. Now in top view you can see the length, that is x-axis, length along horizontal and width along vertical. Okay, that means x and z. That means you have to plot this top view in between x and z. So this is x-axis and this is z-axis. So here you can see the top view. Okay, you have to keep the direction like that. Okay, so this is your plane of top view. Okay, in between x and z axis. Now this is your left hand side view, observing from left direction. Okay, so from side in case of left hand side view you can see the width, that is z axis, and height, that is y axis. So you have to plot the left hand side view in between height, that is y axis, and z, that is width, that is z axis. So in between these two axes you have to plot the left hand side view. So that's why the position of side view is like that. Okay, and this is left hand side view. So this is the direction of front view, this is direction of top view, and this is the direction of left hand side view. Again I am repeating some things, that all the axes which are equally inclined to each other are called as iso-axis. Okay, and two iso-axis combines to form the isometric plane. So this is the isometric plane for front view, this is the isometric plane for top view, and this is the isometric plane for side view. Okay.